Hello. Hello and hello. Teresa PhelpsMartin bringing you Yoga Soul Flow in this virtual offering. We are full on in our experience of life. And in that experience, we have yoga to embody more of that spark of our being, that part of ourselves that is alive but buried deeply. And I'd rather move today than talk. Lulu's here, she has something to say. So let's do it. Let's get on our mat. I have a bolster here. And that's how I will start. I have Lulu here. And she's going to join us, right? And so I invite you to connect to the energy you're joining with. The energy of you, the parts and pieces that make you who you are. And if we're going to really honor the spark of our being, we want to honor the wholeness, the interconnection of our heart, our arms, our legs, our eyes, our ears, our senses, and how we create through that sensuality, through that ability to tap into our own innate nature, our own innate brilliance. And perhaps you feel ragged or exhausted or everything. You can feel all things at once. So we're going to feel into the physicality of our being, and we're going to invoke the spark, the ability to ignite anew, the ability to have the opportunity to be on a great journey. So sit in a way that's good for you. Sit connecting to your physicality, your legs, your hips, your belly, your ribs, your shoulders, your arms, your elbows, your hands, your head, your neck. And then bring these two opposing sides, the right side and left side, together in the center. Being present to just the connection, the feeling of your two hands touching one another. Let go of the judgment, but rather just be aware of the sensitivity, the softness, and with your two hands, feel that you're holding space, that there's a delicacy, a tenderness, a sweetness between the two hands. Place them in front of your heart. Call on the highest. And then close your eyes and allow your awareness to go in. And as you look inwardly, notice if it's clear, if it's blurry, if it's fragmented or whole. And then go deeper past that surface layer, that initial exposure. And come into your own heart. And go to the bottom of the heart. Go to that area beneath the sternum. Inviting in 3 conscious breaths. Honoring the depth of you. The space reserved just for you. And as you emerge, that you feel that sustenance and also the dissolve of your outer world, of the expectations, of the need to perform, and rather be present. Plant your own intention, your own seed that you want to nourish and care for and tend to. And the next time you inhale, pause with the top of your inhale. Expanding that space in front of you and behind you, to either side of you, below you, and above you. And feel that space within coming alive, being illuminated, awoken. And then exhale out completely. Allow your head to bow down. Fingers turn forward, palms turn open. Before you open your eyes, just sense that ability of your hands to be connected and then your palms to turn open. Open your eyes looking into the palms of your own two hands. You're going to reach your hands up overhead, finding that length, and then as you exhale, arms go wide. All right, you're going to bring your hands down through the center, rise up from the heart, all the way up overhead, and then exhale, arms go wide. Just 3 more times. Inhale right through the center, and exhaling. I realize this can be hard to do seated, so if you need to shift to standing, just do 5 rounds. And that simple ability to move with the breath and invoke. As the arms go out to the side, let the arms stay on the horizon. Right hand comes down, push the hand into the earth, draw into the belly so you engage the core, lift up, reach over. 3 breaths here, waking up into that side body. And then as you exhale, left hand comes to the right knee, right hand comes behind you and twist. If you shifted to standing, you would just do a side body stretch. You can bring your right hand to your hip, left arm overhead. And then when you come into the twist, you just come into chair pose and rest your left forearm and then open your right arm to the sky. Inhale, come back to the center, arms sweep wide. Feel that lift, feel that opening. And then left hand comes down, right arm lifts up. Waistline is drawn back. Pull the rib cage towards the hips. Lift up, reaching over to the left. Right hip stays heavy. And then exhale. Right hand comes to the left knee and twist. Left hand reaches back behind you. Lulu's being a puppy. She's eating her dog bed. I meant to bring a bone in. Oh well. Inhale, come back through the center. Both arms reach wide. Sweep the arms overhead. Interlace the fingers. Palms turn up. Hands reach forward. Exhale, round the back. Get the shoulder blades off the back. Bend your elbows. Draw the belly in. And then inhale, lift all the way up. Arms reach back. Clasp the hands. Shoulders to the back. Open the heart. Keep the ribs drawing in. Shoulders hugging in. Look to the left. And then inhale your head through the center. Look to the right. Inhale, come back through the center. Look down towards the earth. And then free the hands. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. And move all the way into downward facing dog. So as you find your hands and knees, tuck the toes, stretch all the way back, downward dog. Push through your hands, lift through the hips. You're going to inhale, come forward into a plank pose. Exhale, pull back, downward dog. So now that we've just connected to how we are and where we are as we begin this journey, I want you to feel the movement of your breath and the connection to that strength of not just your core, but all of your muscles starting to awaken and enliven. Inhaling, coming forward. Exhaling, moving back. When you move back, you're gonna bring your right knee to your right wrist. Bend the left knee. You can reach for the foot or not. And as you find the hand to the foot, if you go for it, keep leaning forward. Draw the heel in. Draw both shoulders to the back. Lift into the belly and push the bones of the legs to the ground. Notice what comes alive within you. As you exhale, you're going to free the foot. Both hands come to the earth. Left knee lifts. Draw into the belly. Exhale back. Downward dog. Inhale, plank. Just realign. Exhale back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then inhale, left knee comes forward. Right knee comes to the ground. Find the connection. Knees either in line with the hip or wider than the hip. Bend the right knee. Hand reaches for the foot. Draw into the belly. Lulu is destroying her bed. Must be her divine spark. And so all we're doing is being present to the breath, to our body. Exhale back, downward dog, to Lulu destroying her dog bed. Once you find your dog, inhale, come forward into a plank. Exhale, pull back, downward dog. Inhale, right knee comes to the wrist, left leg stretches back, bend the knee, hand for the foot. So that first time we just felt the energy of the stretch. This time we're waking it up more. Exhale, hand down, lift up. Downward dog, push through your hands, stretch through your feet. The spark of your being. Stretch back, downward dog, left knee, left wrist. Bend the right knee, reach the hand for the foot. The spark of your being is your soul. It's that energy within you, buried deep inside, that is hungry to come alive. Hands to the earth. Back knee lifts. Downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, pull back. Downward dog. Inhale, last time. Right knee, right wrist. Left knee bends. Grab hold of the foot. You can go into a further expression of this, but I'd rather you stay really grounded, connected to that density of yourself. Strengthening and releasing. Free the foot. Free the hand. Knee lifts. Downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left knee, left wrist. Hug the energy in. Bend the back knee. Hand to the foot. Exhale, free the foot. Hands shift. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Feel how much more freedom comes by awakening all the way back, downward dog. This time, inhale, come forward into a plank pose. Stay here. Draw the shoulders to the back, lift through the belly, hug the legs together. Full breath in, full breath out. And after those 3 breaths, elbows bend, slowly down to the earth. Point the feet back, hands go wide. Elbows rise, shoulders draw in. Inhale, curl up into that gecko, and then exhale, melt the heart. Inhale, legs lift, if they come off the ground at all. Exhale, legs ground. Inhale, curl the heart. Shoulder blades are drawing in. Belly's drawing in. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, lift the legs. Legs ground. Inhale, curl the heart. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift the legs. Exhale, hands and legs come to the earth. Hands under your shoulders. Tuck the toes. Knees push down and pull in towards the belly. Stretch the tail back. Lift the shoulders up. Draw the arms in. Inhale, push up. Move it all the way back. Downward dog. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Bend the knee. Open the hip high. And then inhale, square the hips off. Step the foot through to a lunge. Pivot the back heel to the earth. So it's the first time we're coming standing. Inhale, warrior 2. Find your ground. Push into the ground. and then pull in. Feel this connection here. This is the spark of our being, right here. We think it's here, we think it's here. It's in the depth. It's in the gut. It's in the visceral. It's in the instinctual nature of ourselves. Arms go wide. Look over at the left arm. Draw the arms in. Keep the left arm parallel. Lift up, reach back, reverse warrior two. And then straighten the front leg. Inhale, both arms overhead. Find the length through the spine. Take both arms with you. Exhale, bend the front knee again. Elbow to the thigh, arm by your ear. Push into the ground. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Draw the shoulders in, lift in, rise up, lift back, up and back. And then inhale, straighten the leg. Both arms overhead. Find the length of the spine so you can realign. And then carry that energy with you. Lunge into the front knee, elbow to the thigh. Pushing down evenly. As you ground into the earth, inhale, arms go wide. Lift up, reach back, reverse warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, both arms rise up, connect. Exhale, lunge, stretch the spine long, elbow to the thigh. Full deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, come all the way back, warrior two. Now gaze forward, gaze in the direction we're headed. Feel your breath. And exhale, hands to the earth. Spin the back heel up. Downward dog. Inhale, plank. Pause here. Hug to the midline. Hug into your core. Feel the connection to all that you're being. Embodying that sacred spark. Elbows bend. Slowly down to the earth. Hands go wide. Elbows rise. Shoulders draw in. Inhale, the heart curls up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift the legs. Exhale, they anchor. Inhale, curl back up. And bow. Inhale, legs rise. Exhale, they ground. Inhale, curl the heart. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift the legs. Everything comes down. Hands under your shoulders. You can do this with your knees lifted. I'm definitely doing knees down. Pull the thigh bones in. Stretch the tail. Shoulders are drawing in. Inhale, rise all the way up. All the way back, downward dog. Inhale, the left leg rises to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. And then exhale, step it all the way through. Warrior two, pivot the back heel to the ground. Press into the earth. And inhale, warrior two. As you come into warrior two, feel the ground. Shoulders are drawing in. As I draw in, plug the arms in. Lift up, reach back. Reverse warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Lift up, reach back. Inhale, both arms come overhead so you connect to that vertical line. Bend the front knee, and then the whole from your rib cage, right? Everything is moving together. Elbow to the thigh. Side angle. Push the feet to the earth. Inhale, rise up. Arms go wide. Draw in, lift up, reach back. Straighten the front leg. Inhale all the way up through the center. Rebend the front knee to 90 degrees. And then shift. Push the feet into the earth. Inhale. Arms. Oops, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going somewhere else. Lift up, reach back. Inhale, straighten the leg, come all the way up to the center. So we're just adjusting to re-engage. It's a dance of really being alive, all honesty. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Gaze over the front fingers, draw into that container of you, and then exhale, hands to the earth. Downward dog. Inhale, plank. Connect into that plank, that horizontal line. Elbows bend all the way to the ground. This time, bend both knees. Find both hands for the feet. Shoulders drawn to the back. Inhale, rise up. Dhanurasana. 3 breaths here. Exhale all the way down, hands under your shoulders. Feet can come to the ground or stay lifted, shoulders draw to the back. Lift up, this time child's pose. Ground all the way into the earth. Oh, blue. Move all the way back. Settle into your hips. Soften the shoulders. 3 breaths. Notice what's sparking within. Inhale, come up onto your hands and knees. You're going to tuck your toes, sit back, if you can, all the way into a squat. So I just went backwards on you. Come into that squat. Your feet may need to go wide, right? If you need to, take your feet wider, lift your hips up first, and then come into that squat, Malasana. Ground into that seat. That deep squat, offer up a prayer. Breathe into that strength, your ability, the spark of your being to come up, be seen. That's all Lulu wanted, was to be seen. Hi. Palms together. Feet ground down. Inhale all the way up to standing. Arms sweep up overhead. Walk the feet in underneath your hips. Connect to that strength. Full inhale in. You can keep your arms straight or you can bend your elbows. Hug the arms to the midline, draw into the belly. We're going to bend the knees. Right foot steps forward. You're going to shift the weight into warrior 3. Stay connected to the flow of you. Hug into that midline and then exhale. Hands melt down. Folding forward. You're going to slide the left foot behind the right. Folding over both legs. A little sciatic stretch. And then unravel the legs. Find both feet again. Inhale, find length, and exhale, bow. Turn the feet out, come into a squat. Go deeper into the seat of your soul, the seat of yourself, the spark of your being. Draw the shoulders in, push the feet to the ground. Notice how your butt, when you push your feet down, your butt already lifts up. Draw into the belly. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms sweep up overhead. Walk the feet back in. She tore her bed up and then went to sleep somewhere else. Bend the elbows if you like. I can just really work keeping my shoulder on my back more here. And then you're going to bend the knees. Left foot steps forward. Shift the weight. And inhale, warrior 3. Exhale the hands to the earth. So you come into just a little momentary standing splits, and then you bring the foot back behind you, lean into that foot, and bow down. Unravel both feet. Find them beneath you. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold over. Bend the knees. Come back into that squat. Then come all the way seated. Your feet are going to come up this time. Your butt's on the ground. You're going to hold on to your feet. You're going to lift your chest up and then bring the feet to the earth, hands to the ankles. Baddha Konasana. I'll show you how hard it is for me to do. I just don't feel like there's enough room for my legs. So adjust if you need to. Find the length. Anchor your tailbone and your sit bones towards the ground, keeping the pubic bone heavy. The shoulders are on the back, the spine's long. And then bring your knees together. You're gonna come lying all the way down. Head comes to the earth. You gotta take out the hair tie if it's there, so that you don't hurt your neck. So interesting. This is when we're not connected to the spark of our being. Is when we're more concerned about what we look like on the outside than what we feel like on the inside. So arms by your sides, throats open, shoulders into the back, ground the feet into the earth, and then inhale, bridge pose. If you can clasp the hands underneath in bridge pose, great. It's not necessary. Enjoy your breath, and then if your hands are clasped, you're going to bring your hips back down and just sit on your wrists. If your hands were not clasped, you just bring your hips back down. And you're going to push into the feet. Draw the shoulders into the back. Push the back of the head to the ground. Notice how just being more present with yourself enlivens your inner self. Inhale up into bridge pose. Hug the legs to the midline. Shoulder blades draw into the back. And then free the hands. Slowly bring your hips back down to the earth. Unravel the shoulders. Relax the heart. Let the hips get heavier. And yes, we just strengthen the hamstrings and the glutes and open the chest. But we also, through that physicalization, created an experience to know a depth. A new relationship with ourselves. Bring the left ankle to your right thigh. Pick the right knee up. You can hold on to the right knee. You can thread the arms through. Keep the shoulders to the ground. The core drawing in. The head heavy. Breathe into the fire of your hip. If you feel anything, maybe you don't. And then you're going to exhale. Free the right foot. Arms go wide. Knees are going to roll to the left. Turn the gaze to the right. You're going to lift your right arm up. Right, so you really have come out of the twist. You can also just stay there. You're going to then draw the shoulder blade into the back, and then re-twist to the right. Just going to get into a different area of the twist. Just make sure your right shoulder comes all the way back down to the ground. Exhale out completely. Inhale, come back through the center. Left leg goes to the sky. Bend the knee. Left foot to the earth. Now just pause just for a moment, breathe, feel, connect, renew. And then return, right ankle to the left thigh, draw into the belly. Left knee comes in, you can thread your arms through. And then you're going to exhale the left foot to the ground. Knees roll over to the right. So in a lot of ways, our practice is very foundational, very accessible, pretty basic. It's more about showing up and doing the work rather than making the work some kind of sophisticated, crazy offering. You're going to lift your left arm up, reach it over to your right so the shoulder blade comes off the back. And then draw the belly, draw the shoulder blade back in, stretch the arm off to the side. And then inhale, the knee comes back through the center. You're going to stretch the leg up just to change the blood flow. Both feet to the ground. Arms by your side. Shoulders, find the shoulders and the hips again. Align so that you can adjust and reconnect to the core within. Once you connect to that core, shoulders drawn to your back, feet ground down. Inhale back into bridge pose. There is no way I'm going to do wheel pose right now, but you check in with you if you want to bring your hands back. My back is just talking way too loud. The whole left side from my shoulder blade down through my hip into my foot. So I'm going to honor that. But I can also come here, so my hips are still in bridge pose, but my hands are back by my ears, and I'm just pushing the hands down and drawing the shoulders in. We're not just manipulating ourselves, but we're present to that spark, that illumination that comes forward when we engage and embrace our own experience. If you're in wheel pose, then slowly come back to where I am in bridge pose with a wheel pose prep, really. Bring your arms back behind your head. Stretch them long. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Tail curls up and then lower down. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Once you're all the way to the ground, heels come back to the earth, find the arch in the back, arms go out from the shoulders like a T, knees are going to roll over to the right. You guys, I was teaching this pose to high schoolers and they couldn't do it. Inhale your knees through the center and knees go over to the left. So while it may seem basic, there's a lot of people who can't even do this. Young, not just old. Inhale back through the center. Go to each side 2 more times. If you need a deeper twist, then go for a deeper twist. Sometimes simple is more sacred. You're going to draw your knees into your chest, knees lift up and reach over to the right. Or you just stay with windshield wiper legs. Knees hug back in through the center, up and over to the left. Or you're just windshield wipering. Inhale, come back through the center. Give yourself a nice hug into your chest. Like lift all the way up, hug all the way in. Massage into the back, get into the kidneys. And then you're gonna roll over to one side or gently rock yourself up to seated. Once you find that seat, left knee is gonna come into your right inner thigh. And once you find that seat, I just realized I never took the time to say hello. I know people are watching and have commented, but I can't see you. So you're gonna drop left foot into the right knee. You're gonna finally, we're first gonna twist away from that right leg. So your right leg's out, right hand comes to your left knee, and you're gonna twist. As you're twisting, then you're gonna lean towards that right knee. Okay? So right hand's holding onto the left knee, right shoulder though is leaning towards the right knee. As you lean, then the right arm's gonna come down and you're gonna reach the left arm. Maybe you find the foot, maybe not. And then you're gonna open yourself up and do a little seated, twisted forward bend. And breathe here. One would argue that this is what we've done the whole practice to get to. And then you're going to exhale out completely. Inhale, come all the way up. But now we're going to turn, readjust, realign, find length, and then fold over the right knee. So one was a side. It's called Parivrtta Janu Shirshasana, and then this is just Janu Shirshasana for anyone who cares. You're bowing, you're folding, you're breathing, you're being. And you're being in a relationship, how that spark is different than when we were doing just plank pose, right? When we were moving more quickly. But it is the same spark of you. Exhale out completely, shoulders draw in, draw into the core. Inhale, come all the way up. Left leg stretches out. Right knee comes in. Now you're going to open your hip up slightly, just enough. So you're at a little bit of an angle. So if you didn't do that last time, you can watch this again. Another time. Find both hips, lengthen through the spine. And as you find those hips and you've lengthened through the spine, you're going to find the length. Left hand comes over to your right knee. So you're twisting away from your extended leg. And then you're going to start to lean. As you lean, the ribs are drawing in, right? Shoulders are drawing back. And then the right arm lifts up and reaches over. Maybe you find the foot, maybe not. It's okay if you can't find the foot. Exhale out completely. Inhale, rise all the way up. And then you're going to adjust. You're going to turn. I encourage pulling that left leg back and in rather than just turning that right hip forward, which I might have done on the other side, which is something I need to make note of. Draw into the belly, find the length, and then now just bow over the left knee into the head to knee pose, Janu Shirshasana. Exhale out completely, find length. Inhale, come all the way Stretch both legs out long. And once you find both legs out long, anchor through both hips. So what we want to be able to do in the spark of our being is move. We've done standing poses, balance poses, twists, hip openers, thigh stretches, back bends, core work, all in this short little period of time. Ground into your legs, find the length, and then bow into the forward bend that serves and supports you. I would also encourage legs up the wall. Such a good pose and good practice. And then if you do legs up the wall, you can stay in that offering. And bow all the way forward. So when we do, if you go to legs up the wall, celebrate it, enjoy it, and then just stay with it. Otherwise, come into Paschimottanasana, bowing, breathing, being, in a relationship with your own sacred spark. So if you've followed any of my writings, and we've used this Virgo lunation to serve our soul, and then soon we get to really ignite the greater dance. That divine rhythm. Exhale out completely. Inhale, find the length. Rise all the way up. Release your hands. You're going to come forward. I have this bolster here because I started sitting on it. I'm going to use it to come lying down. Once you come lying down, you're going to give yourself, we're going to go happy baby pose. I'll even do happy baby. You're going to find both feet, bend both knees. Maybe you feel like a happy baby, maybe you feel like a dead bog. You let go of the judgment and rather allow yourself room to breathe. If you want to extend your right leg out long, go for it. And then you just bend that knee and then extend the left leg out long. And then come back to the center. Maybe both legs go out long, maybe not. We didn't really get, actually we did. We did hamstrings and inner thighs. Bring the feet together, grab hold of the ankles, let the knees fall open. Allow your head to roll from side to side. And then come back to the center. Bring your knees together, and then you're going to bring your feet to the earth. You're going to walk your legs out long. If you have the bolster, put it under your knees. You know what? If you don't have a bolster and you're doing yoga at home, get yourself one, please. It's like, just have it. It's always there for you, and it's yours. It makes yoga so much better. It really does. Once you come all the way to the earth, allow yourself to settle. idea is when you come here, you come and be with yourself. May you be with your beingness. You breathe into the life that beats in you and through you. You be with the mess. You be with the brilliance. You be with the joy. You be with the wholeness, all parts of you. And there's a wholeness that comes forward. A connection and interweaving. Enjoy a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Re-enlivening the truth of your being as you wiggle your toes and your fingers. Awakening with awareness of how you're going to return. What are you going to choose to bring with you? You're going to bend your knees and stretch your arms out long. Bend the knees so you feel the feet on the ground or the bolster, and just pause. And then roll over to one side. Stay there for as long as you want. And once you're ready, come up into a seat that is most comfortable for you. Once you're seated, let the hips grow heavy, the heart light, the mind clear. Sensing that energy of your palms coming together, that there's a density, there's a heaviness, but there's a spark of opportunity. That as we slow down and we go inward and we alchemize the energy of ourselves, we transform into the truth. And we allow our light to come forward and shine for all the world to see. May you use these practices to help you be real. May you use these practices to help you be true. And may you use these practices to help you be soulfully you. Straight from my heart to yours. Peace. I guess Lulu likes the yoga mat the best. You know why? Because the yoga mat, this mat I've had for 19 years. 19 years old, this yoga mat. They kind of last pretty well. And so there's 19 years of a journey on that mat. That energy is pretty powerful there. So thank you for letting me climb my way to you. Thank you all for tuning in. And basically we just get to be. We get to be soulfully ourselves. So ciao, peace from my heart to yours.